Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. I'm Kevin36, and last time we went to the time period of Dragon Quest III and got another quest that we can't do until later if I keep going by timeline, which I want to do. Let's hope more of these are doable without visiting another time. Or not needing other times we haven't been to already. As you might guess, yeah, slide along the arrow parallels. Oh, that's a really good award for going after your way. Yeah, Eric takes these guys out with just one basic attack. And that's a side effect of me doing this when I did, doing these all in... Gosh, darn, encounter rate being so high here. Not a big fan of that, not gonna lie. I know I've talked a lot about party members and how, like, it's a turn-based RPG, so, okay, normally I'm a lot of use whoever you want, because in a lot of games I play, every character or class is at least decent enough to work, and that's not untrue here, for the most part. Yeah, it's 100% still. It's always Sylvander. Okay, first of all, he has by far, his skill trees are shallow. To start off. They're very shallow, in fact. But then only 3 of the 6 actually highly benefit Sylvander himself. Ladies first, does jackflip for Sylvander himself. It just makes him, as long as Sylvander's alive, you'll get your female party members get an extra turn. And all the female party members are better at Sylvander at their specific things. He was kind of another jack of all trades with an emphasis on support. Okay. But yeah, not a big fan. And so yeah, Sylvander. Skill trees. He has 6 of them. There's only 2 party members with that many skill trees permanently, and they all have very shallow skill trees. Serena temporarily has Veronica's skill trees, the unexpanded ones, and then even there, it's the same story! It's just as bad. She does, like, the skill trees are always very hollow if there's more of them. Sometimes if there's less too, Serena still has a pretty hollow skill tree with only 2 things that I'd say are really good, and one of them I never actually think to use, so doesn't super matter. That it's good, I never think to use it. And that's, I mean, so yeah, it's not just the characters with big skill trees and several skill trees. But they tend to have the worst. As strong as Serena is in, both Serena is during their time where they have Veronica's powers in Act 2. Don't get me wrong, they are powerful. They're strong party members, but it's all from their spells, not skill tree stuff. Other than getting Enchanted Echo and all of the buffs, there's not a ton that Serena does while she has Veronica's powers for your party that's good. When you really think about it, what is there that Serena actually offers you in parties where you're in that point in time? Because there's not a lot. Well, actually, that's not true. Serena's very good at that point in the game, but again, they're a mix of Veronica and Serena in one party slot. The best healer mixed with the best magic attacker. She's really good at that part in the game, and it's the only point where I think she's other than 2D mode, other than Tekkington, which I'm only really using them here because I don't have the only other option is Rab, and this makes it so I don't need to swap her in during boss fights. And most of the time Eric can handle basic enemies on his own in Tickington. So yeah. It's just so many good options. Okay, back to the actual point though. Sylvando, half his skill tree is just dead up useless. I'm coming out and saying it. He has no good things on his sword tree, only the basic stuff everyone has, which is the worst part of swords. You don't use swords on any party member because of what's actually on the sword skill tree. In fact, the stuff on the sword skill tree sucks. It's all situational damage or weak things for the start of the game. There's nothing that you carry into late game. Aim is good on the sword tree. Sword tree just tends to be a starting place for sword users. Like Hero, or Hendrik, or Eric. If you decide to use them from the get-go of the game. If you aren't using them from the get-go, unless you need to go through swords, you're probably better going through another tree to get to what you want. Sylvando has no good sword skills. Under swords or otherwise. Sylvando has no sword skills that are worth a flip. When you actually use swords, Sylvando, it's garbage. The hero, Sylvando, never mind the fact that he doesn't use his weapon for his damage if you are doing damage with him, so you're better off using either knives for status effect or whip to hit groups and do status effects less consistently. Y'all have, albeit. But regardless, you use Sword Sylvando Never. It's bad. It's not. Sword Sylvando's not good. In fact, they're the worst character in the game if you were to rank them all the party members with weapons separated, which I think is kind of important because only certain weapons are good on the same characters. Again, a great example is Sylvando, who is god-awful with swords. But really good with some other things. With whips or... Right, it was Jade who got the level. Yeah, I guess I get past this. I guess I'll get this charm for more damage on the, like, pink tornado. But yeah, there's just so few good things on this skill tree. Because swords, I've already gone over. Chivalry actively makes him himself, like Sylvando himself, a worse party member. Because now you have no reason to ever use him unless you're using a party that doesn't have Veronica, Serena, or Jade. That is the only time Sylvando will do Jack Flip in a party after he has his, like, once he has ladies first, that is the only time you will ever use him. Because he is not good. Or at least he's outclassed. He has the attack buff. He's the only way so, like, yeah. Other than, like, there's nothing he can do exclusively that the people that he can use ladies first on can. And other than heal from an ability. Which is not... Other than, like, fights that steal magic, which only one comes to mind. He's not good. Like, there's only one fight that even comes to mind. Because I just said, where you want that. Like, there's only, like, other than that, the fight from the Honolulu act in Act 3, or like the Honolulu storyline in Act 3, you don't, which can steal magic, and the Gloomnivore fight, which can lower magic mending, because it's also based off his charm. Sylvando, like, those are the only things that are coming to mind. I guess he can... Well, actually, he can help set up for the best damage combo in a single turn. Or within 2 turns. Namely 2, Eric. Assuming you include your 4 parties individual turns as just 1. I honestly don't. Unless you pick every move at the same time. Attack everyone! Oh, heck yeah! Show me Kazaprophy here! Oh, that looks cool! Ah. Hmm. Is it you I talked to for the quest? It is. Something tells me this is another one for later. But yeah, I've been saying it. Mixed opinions on this entire thing. Some aspects of it are really good, others are really not. And I'm looking up where we actually have to go, because I really hate, yep, it, well, we'll be able to do this one soon enough! Well, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm doing all of those in the same episode, that is to have like meaningful length episode. Yeah, that needs Dragon Quest V, and I'm doing these in order. Hidden Valley. Hey, no encoding overload. That actually works. I've done weirder. Holy Sage's I don't. Supreme Sage Staff. I do have that. Okay, I want to see if I can do something really quickly. Yeah. Did I even like that? Please don't tell me that doesn't me. Do I have that? By chance? Nope. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up after I double check if I can't make it. If I can make it or not. Okay, maybe it's because I'm not getting super invested in these quests. But these quests are so repeat. Either because there's three main types I discovered. Go beat the big bad in the area. Area is one of them. Well, flip. I need 3 of these flipping things! Okay, well, while I go by Whaleback. I gotta get one and one! Now at least I have the recipe. But yeah, there's 3 main types of quests here. And, like, I'm gonna talk while I go get these, because it's not worth it. Like, there's 3 main types. quest. As I mentioned, go beat the big bad guy at the end of the dungeon, of various lengths and complexities and stupidities. Go to another time and do a thing to help us, or just nah. I'm blanking. Or like this one, which is like, go fetch me an item. It's just, I don't know, dude. Maybe if I actually like read the dialogue and got invested in these, I'd have a better time. But like, yeah, can you blame me? This is very boring. These quests aren't super interesting or fun. They're just kind of there. And I just do them because, well, I've done every other quest in the game. And I want to do the super bosses. So, here we are. Like, I want to like these quests, but I'm not gonna lie. Not a big fan of Tickington on this time around. Maybe it's because I'm doing it after the main story instead of before, like I did on my first playthrough. But it was like the last thing I did before, so that isn't really a good excuse. And I had my pretty good reason of not wanting, one moment. Yeah. I already talked about it was 2 episodes ago. No, it was last episode. How I didn't like that you couldn't see any indication of your health. Like here, you have health bars, you have no indication, and there's a bunch of dead space in the menus that could have been used to plug up that space and show you where you can just, like, what else there is, I guess. I don't know, just anything. Just to tell you, like, what your max HP. Oh, that took one of those! Well, I don't give a flip. Yeah, again, I like Dragon Quest. I really do. I like 2D mode, but I don't like the specific details. You have no customization if you don't like an outfit, or like a different one better. That's not what I meant to use. You have no customization for, or like you can't see your max health unless you go into a menu. You specifically, even in combat, which I don't think you can see that menu in combat. So you can't see your max health at a glance in combat unless you have a really slow person at the end of the turn heal everyone to full. I don't know. But yeah, and then I'm not gonna lie. I do like this game as a whole. I think Tickington as a whole isn't horrible. Dramatically less good than the rest of the game. Same for the 2D mode. Which I hate to say because they put through the whole effort of making this game have a whole potential second journey that you might want to go through with different battle mechanics. And then it's just not as fun as 3D mode battles, and it's thematically less good than some other things. things as well. In this game. There's just so many specific things that is less than ideal here. Which, I understand why it's like it, but it doesn't mean I like how it is. But yeah, and I like the game as a whole. I don't like some of these specific things. Oh my god. Huh. I mean, you're wearing a different outfit. Okay, well... enough with that. I'm done for today. We did another one of the time periods. That's 2 more for this session. If I keep going at this rate, I'll be done in 3.5 days, if you take into account that one extra video to do all the things we couldn't do right away that required time jumping. Because I didn't want to do any time jumping until we actually went to those times naturally. So, yeah. But, you know what? I think that's gonna do it for today's episode, folks. I hope you enjoyed. I really hope you enjoyed. And I'll, despite my complaining, I do still like this. I don't think it's horrible. I just think it's not as good as it could have been. And a bit repetitive, if I'm being perfectly honest. But, not horrible. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye!